Especially y'all want to start doing cooking videos now. Well, you know what? Oh, you did. I'm here to show you how it's done. Hi everybody, so as you saw by the intro, everyone else has been doing cooking videos. Phil's done 2 chili videos, Jake did his English breakfast. So in the sense of the world still kind of in a pandemic, well, still very much in a pandemic, social bubbles are a thing, and one huge meal you can do with social bubbles is to do something communal. But this one, I have a guest here for. Hi!
Hi!
Our favorite Frenchman is back, and he's here visiting.
Me.
Even though he's from Montreal, he's in our bubble. So, hi, Jason.
Hi.
So, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. And you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, we're making Korean barbecue today.
Yes.
So, first thing, because this is going to take a few hours to marinate, we're going to do Bulgogi Beef, and I'm going to show you each of the steps. So, first, the recipe is going to call for the following that is on this screen right now. Alright, perfect. So first thing that we're going to start off with is going to hold up this fisting bag here. We're going to put the meat in here first, then we're going to put all of the, so if you can get it pre-sliced, do it this. This is probably the easiest way to do this, and most Korean or Asian grocers will have it this way, and this is for the ribeye. And don't use the tampon.
Gross.
Alright. Sloppy meat in the bag. So the next thing is going to be, we're going to need a pear. Now, the store was out of pear, so Steve suggested we use something sweet to kind of mask the flavor. So, Jason,
Yes.
I'm going to get you to grate this entire Honeycrisp apple instead.
Okay.
Alright, your station is set up right here.
Yeah, but you can't see it.
No, you can't see it, but I can just show them all here.
What side? That side?
Yep, use this side. This side I use the ginger on.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally, we're doing a double batch here because there's going to be 4 of us eating. So normally we would do like a half a pear. We're going to do the entire thing for this one. And I'm going to go on to the next steps here while he's doing all that work. So, I actually wrote down a recipe this time too. Like, wow. So I'm not like stopping and editing and going back in just to make sure I'm doing all the right steps. Oh, got ginger all over it. So the rest of the things in the sauce that you're going to need is you're going to need a 1/4 cup of a reduced sodium soy sauce. So we're using Kikkoman's as mine and Steve's favorite. Any type of soy sauce really would do, especially if you want to use VH or anything like that. Again, it's going to be a 1/4 cup. So it slowly pours. So you just want to pour that into the bag as well. Next is going to be 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar into the bag. And Jason, hard at work. Just go down to the core. That's all we need.
I guess I.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing we're going to add into our marinade. Now that's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. You don't need to put the core or anything else in there. So the next thing we're going to need is 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. I love this stuff. Alright, so after you put that in, I also already pre-grated the ginger as well as pre-minced the garlic. So you're going to need about 3 cloves of garlic and 1 tablespoon worth of grated ginger. Alright, so he is done.
Who doesn't like a good ginger?
Who doesn't love a good ginger? Am I right, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, Now the thing when you're doing this with the fruit, it's juicy. So there's gonna be a lot of water everywhere. Now, sometimes it's recommended you peel. I kind of like the skins in, so it kind of adds a little bit more flavor to that. So I'll let you do the honors here, Jason.
Oh my.
Hold the bag.
Yes.
Hold it up. Everyone can see.
Dripping on the floor.
You're always dripping on the floor. Okay, and what is the next thing? My favorite ingredient. Gochujang. Have you had this before, Jason?
I never had this
You want to
before.
taste?
Yes, I do.
All right, just a little bit off my finger. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
So what it is? It's a So by itself, it's a very strong paste. It's a hot pepper paste fermented into a paste form. By itself, it's strong. Ooh. Wow, it's hitting pretty hard. So we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of that in.
You guys are too much.
Also, Steve's in the background here playing Final Fantasy 14. Say hi, Steve.
Hey!
All right, so that gets mixed in there, and trust me, it won't be as strong the next time when we're all eating. It just adds most of the flavor. I actually put this stuff on a lot of things. It's amazing with eggs, especially runny eggs when it leads to the creaminess texture of the eggs. Fucking love that. It's delicious with avocados, and mix it with barbecue sauce. It's an amazing wing sauce.
Ooh.
So there's so much you can do with it, and I put that shit on everything. So what I'm gonna get you to do is the honors of mixing it together. So just squeeze everything together. There we go.
Oh, the smell though.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It smells pretty authentic, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't really compare it to anything you get from a Korean restaurant because they do everything so amazingly. Here, you definitely are gonna get close to it though. So we got this all mixed together. It's gonna sit in the fridge for 2 hours while it marinates. And then we are gonna put everything else together. We're also gonna do 3 sides, and we're gonna prepare all the veggies that go with a traditional Korean barbecue meal as well. And rice, so we're gonna be feasting later. And we're back. With Jason pointed out we should be doing this at a better angle, so here we are. More body. Adi adi. I'm now showing I actually don't cook bare naked.
Such a tease.
Such a tease? Well, no.
Yeah.
This is not cooking on X2. So next, what we're going to be doing, and I'm not going to butcher the pronunciations of this, so we're just going to say this is a sweet and sour radish and carrot salad. And Greg is behind the camera, posing.
Welcome to Downtown Flabby.
I'm talking downtown.
This is not being edited out. That's too good. That's too good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep the veggies for this salad. So you need about a pound of daikon. So we got them already cut up into discs here. And we're going to be cutting these into matchstick sizes. And we're going to be doing the same. You just need 1 small carrot to add into it as well. Same thing. We're going to be cutting these into, do you want to do matchstick sizes there?
How you want me to cut it? On cube?
Okay, so basically, I'll show you here. And hopefully we can see this at home. So basically, cut it in half. And then just enough to be at the size, even thicker than a matchstick. So about that. Perfect. Okay? And it's easier.
Or we can do like, it's from Nostalgia Beer Hill, and it's good for makeup.
Yeah. So it's easier if you just do it this way.
Okay.
Just cut in half, and then just kind of get a pile of them at once. So while he's doing that, so basically we're going to be doing that. We're going to be cutting those into the matchstick size, and we're going to be putting them into a mixing bowl. And we're just going to be quickly just adding any ingredients and just tossing everything together. The other ingredients that we are going to be putting in there is you're going to need 3 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of sugar, as well as a half teaspoon of salt, and we're going to put in some red chili flakes in there as well, just to give a little bit of heat, but nothing too intense. So we'll be right back when this is all done. Alright, so now that we got all the cutting and everything done, we've got all the ingredients mixed, so it should look like this, and we're just gonna mix everything in by hand until all the sugar is completely dissolved into the liquid. Then we're just gonna let that sit there until we're ready to eat. Wanna mix?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So once we're done doing that, so next thing we're gonna, it smells really good, doesn't it?
Really good.
Yeah, so again, it's a combination of vinegar, sugar, salt, and red chili flakes in there as well. It's a little bit of heat, a little bit of spice, and a whole lot of sweet. So let me check my notes here if we get awkward like Blair St. Clair in the comedy challenge.
Yes.
All right. So the next thing we're going to make is the Sukju Namul, which is going to be the Mung Beansprout salad as well that we're going to make. First, let's get this put aside. So there's a bit more work that's involved in this one. So first thing we're going to do is we have a pound of bean sprouts here that we need to take care of. So Jason, come take it to the sink.
Yep.
We're just going to rinse this out in cold water. So make sure it's nice and thoroughly washed. There we go. Ah, good thing I just cleaned that sink. So this is now thoroughly cleaned, and he cleaned up all the beans he spilled in the sink. Okay, so we're gonna put this. Oh, I didn't put this on. So eventually, we're just gonna boil this in 4 cups of water.
There you go. I will not try to spit anything.
All right, perfect. After it's done boiling, now I forgot to mention, you should put about a teaspoon of salt in there while it's boiling. You're gonna want to blanch it. So that will help soften up everything. So blanching is just really just putting in ice water when it's all done, and that will help soften it up. So when that's done and ready, we're gonna drain that without spilling the beans again. All right, so you wanna make sure all the excess water is drained out of there. So you make sure you squeeze it and make sure there's nothing that's too excessive out of there. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna finish up the rest of the salad from here. So it's gonna require 1 finely chopped green onion, about a teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, as well about a teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna grind about half of a teaspoon of pepper into this as well. And then we're just gonna toss everything together.
Hi, how's it going? So I'm going to be responsible for making some Samjang today. It's not the most authentic recipe because you're supposed to use doenjang, which is like Korean fermented soybean paste, and I'll be using miso, Japanese fermented soybean paste, slightly different taste, but it's what I've got, so we're going to make it work. Okay, so I'm going to need a total of a ½ cup of soybean paste. Give me a second while I get a spoon so this is the rest of my red miso. One of my favorite misos. It makes great soup. And what I'm doing is just scraping the bottom of the bag. See if this is gonna be enough. Maybe it will be. Yeah, miso soup is one of my favorite recipes, so we always have miso on hand in case I make miso soup. It's also great as like a dipping sauce and a marinade. You know what, I'm gonna call this good enough.
I'm gonna say so as well.
It looks to be about a ½ cup. Since I said we're not using a traditional Korean ingredient, what I do have is Korean is a little jajang, which is another kind of fermented bean paste. If you ever had black bean noodles or anything like that, this is the black bean. So I got a little bit of that left. I'm just gonna use it up in the mix. Just really scrape in the bottom of the jar, get all that good flavor. Yeah, another one of my favorites. I like to do black bean noodles or black bean rice cakes.
The black bean rice cake, that dish that you make is absolutely delicious. I miss when you were working at home.
All right.
When we were both working at home, he's back at the office now. He would make these delicious noodle dishes for the two of us when we were working at home and Greg was in the office.
Yeah, we used to
Now
have some
I'm
pretty
fending for
gourmet.
myself.
We used to have some pretty gourmet lunches. So there's the miso. It's salty as hell. But that's okay. So into that, I'm gonna be adding. I'm just gonna wipe this off.
Oh, I got a paper towel here for that.
What do we?
Yeah.
Perfect. This you've already seen before. This is the gochujang, very spicy Korean chili pepper paste. This one's not so spicy, but it's still pretty spicy. So we're gonna, since we're doing a double batch, we got a half cup of bean paste, and we're gonna do 2 tablespoons, or 1/8 of a cup, if you will, of gochujang. And I mean, that's like the bulk. What comes next is the fun stuff. the seasonings.
This shit's good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, so spicy.
Yeah. He doesn't have the same reaction as Jason did.
So
So
into
the French
this,
swears today come out.
into this, I have diced 2 green onions. Just the nice light green part, not like the tough leafy part, and 1 clove of garlic. So that's all going to go in. And in addition, setting this aside, we're going to do 4 teaspoons of sesame oil, but I'm just going to ballpark that as an overflowing tablespoon.
Let's do that.
And honey, but since we're Canadian, I will be using real Canadian maple syrup instead of honey,
It really works just as well.
or even better,
Yeah.
depending on your preferences. So next up is I'm just gonna mix all this together. Oh, of course, how could I forget the sesame seeds?
Yeah.
You gotta have sesame seeds. Yeah, I'm gonna use the other side because I can get more. Lots of sesame seeds. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So as you can see, the paste is now like a rich, glossy texture.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the camera closer.
It's like a rich, glossy, chunky texture. And so this is a condiment that sort of goes on the cabbage leaf with your Korean barbecue if you're eating a traditional style.
Well, we can try to get it there.
Mm.
It's good.
Lick the spoon.
With the spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. All right, so we're almost done doing our banchan. So we didn't quite explain what banchan is. That's like their vegetable sides that you would normally have Korean barbecue. So the next thing we're gonna do is the cucumber stir fry. I've already done a few of the steps here, but basically what I did was cut up, first lengthwise about 1 pound of cucumber, cut them in halves afterwards, crosswise, and then kind of let them sit in about a teaspoon and a half of salt for about 10 minutes, and then drain all the excess water. Now we're just gonna fry them up for a little bit and toss them in some sesame oil, some sesame seeds, and some scallions and garlic, and we're good to go. So let's get started on this. All right, so we're using about a teaspoon of garlic and some vegetable oil. Put the cucumbers in.
Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle.
Fizzle. What's French for fizzle?
Fizzle.
Fizzle.
No, I don't know, to be honest. I just made that up.
All right. So just kind of toss these around, and we just want to do these till they're kind of slightly cooked. We don't usually cook with a whole lot of cucumber, so it's just something that it doesn't take very long, but you'll know when it's done. Look at that steamy goodness, and you kind of want that to be almost transparent in color. We're gonna add the last few ingredients, so finely chopped scallions.
You like that meme with the guy?
Oh man,
The
the
salt.
scallion bro.
Yes.
No, scallion day. And then that is gonna get 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. And we put sesame oil in everything here tonight.
Oh, yes.
This house smells incredible right now. All right, and last is about a half teaspoon of sesame seeds. We're gonna do the black sesame, because it adds just a pop of color to it. A little bit more. There's no such thing as too many sesame seeds. And we're just gonna toss this. And then that's gonna be all done there. Next is the vegetable prep, and then it's the big meal itself. Hi, you haven't been in the video yet besides yelling behind the TV.
That's right.
Yeah, downtown Flabby. Big sneezers.
Flabby.
Mr. Sneezers. Frenchman.
Frenchman.
And
Le baguettes.
Baguette. Oh,
we are ready to dig in. You want to do the honors of putting the beef on there, Bear? Hi,
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How long did it take you to prep all this, Derek?
We started at 2, and it is almost 6 now.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation H, if you will.
Preparation H. So,
I have no experience with that comment.
What's that?
That's what you put on your butthole when you get a hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid cream.
wow, that's the
You can either
dinner
use-
conversation.
Or you can use anusol as the other one.
Anusol.
Yeah.
A new start.
Anusol, anusol, I don't know.
A new sol.
A new start.
Yeah.
Anus tart.
Anus start.
What?
My dad loves those memes with the ladies and the cat. And the ladies are being like the charitable thing, and the cat is being the uncharitable thing. Like, a new start with the girls, and the cat being like, anus tart.
Sasalele.
Oh my. Oh, look at the meat.
Oh, look at that meat. Look at that delicious samjang Steve made. All the delicious salads that we made. And this tasty snack.
Oh, am I?
You are a snack.
Thank you.
The first few bites.
315.
10 out of 10, but I really want to eat that meat.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Ready.
Is it meat ready?
Meat's ready.
Yeah, he already put some on your plate.
No. Oh my god.
It's good?
15 out of 10.
Wow!
Now I am.
All right, what's up?
Not too much, so we're well into this meal now. What do you guys think?
It is amazing as usual, like everything that you cook.
Awesome. And you guys helped.
I think it was a cool idea to add the banchan. I
Yeah.
think we might have made too much of it, and there's definitely going to be leftovers.
Oh, there definitely is.
But the mains are awesome. I'm just going to throw some. We're putting broth down to stop the pan from smoking.
And that's in that beefy flavor.
Yeah.
All right, we'll close up the video.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in. As always, like, share, subscribe. Tune in the rest of the guys' videos, and we'll see you next week on my birthday week.
Ooh.